Mike. It's another one of those short and sweet. I mean, I said short and sweet last time, or I probably didn't say short and sweet, but I did say it would probably be a shorter episode last time, and it was a regular full-size episode. Tonight is going to be a shorter episode, and it is just you and I manning the ship as we have some just, other things popping up, causing some scheduling issues for everyone. But we hit the ground and we just fucking keep running. You know what I mean? Like we got
a couple of clunker episodes in a row. I'll say that.
That's right. Listen, I'm a fan of last week's episode. I thought we had good conversations. I thought we had a good time. I thought it was a good little mix it up, just the two of us. I guess it's not mixing it up when it's two of us again today, and we did like a string of two mans, sometime in the late summer. So it doesn't matter. We're here. And that's, I guess, all that matters. Doing this is better than skipping the week or, dropping a bunch of double week episodes later in the year, which there's probably going to be at least one of those because I think we got to make up at least one episode. But we're here now, and we got a great show for you tonight. Welcome, everyone, to the Pass Control Podcast Show, where a couple of best friends talk about the latest in video games nerd culture. Sometimes we have guests, and sometimes it's just me and Mike talking some bullshit. Either way, we have a new episode for you each and every week. As always, I'm your host, Brenden Groom, and joining me on this lovely Friday evening is the anime senpai himself, Mr. Michael Desir. Mike, how are you tonight?
Same old.
I hear you. I'm very tired. It's a long Friday for me, and I'm ready to knowing that we have to navigate different topics tonight because of the change. It's like, okay, let's do some mental gymnastics on the fly here and have a good, entertaining chat for the people out there that tune into us. I'm just looking forward to fucking sleeping tonight because I'm just so sleepy. I'm just looking forward to getting to the other side of my Friday. But before we can do that, a couple of quick housekeeping things. This episode, of course, sponsored by our good friends at Goodnight Fatty. If you're in the Salem, Massachusetts area or the North Shore of Massachusetts on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday evening, or for right now and limited time in the fall on a Thursday evening, you can head on down to 1 Washington Square and get yourself a delicious fatty. And if you're unaware of what a fatty is, you can check them out on social media at Goodnight Fatty and educate yourself on these tasty, tasty treats. Other quick housekeeping things. I stepped back in the booth for a little guest appearance on friend of the show, Colin Domigan's upcoming Buddy List 2. So if you want to hear me, what I think is bring some heat on the track, I mean, go check it out. It's wherever you listen to music. It's on every streaming service. It should be available to buy too. However, people buy digital music. I don't even know how to buy digital music aside from like things like Bandcamp. I don't know how to do it.
Yeah, I think it's on Bandcamp, isn't it?
It should be. I don't know if it's up there yet, but it should be. But I don't even know how to access buying music through Apple anymore because I don't think that option exists
iTunes
in
is
Apple
gone.
Music. But no, but it must exist somehow because you can still buy music digitally.
You can still buy stuff. I'm just
I don't know how to do
think that the iTunes branding is gone or something like that because I mean I don't use iTunes. I think every once in a while I would have to install iTunes on my computer to connect to an iPhone or an iPad. But I think they don't really do that anymore.
Yeah, I'm not sure how they do that anymore either. But either way, it is out there for you on your streaming services of choice. Find it. Just search Colin Domigan. The name of the song is More Free Beer, the number 4U. It's cleverly titled. It's the fourth of his free beer songs. So it's Free Beer 2, Free Beer 3, and this is More Free Beer for You. So check that out. I think I brought some heat. And probably not the last song you're going to hear from me in the next few months. You'll see. But check that out. Show that some love. Show Colin some love. And we will at some point, probably closer to when the album is done, I think we'll have him come on and do a little promo for the album, but also just come on and we'll pick topics that he cares about. I think he's a big Pokemon guy, so maybe we'll have him come on after Pokemon Legends is out, which is next month. So, I mean, it might just line up with a bunch of things. Who knows? Who's to say?
Yeah, have him pitch it to Todd. That'll be great.
Yeah, that would be great. So there's that. Obviously, if you listen to last week's episode, you know, and if you're looking at the live stream right now or the video later on YouTube, you can see that on the bottom right-hand corner, there is a poster to vote for Navi for Cat Mayor of Salem, Massachusetts. That campaign is still going strong for another week and a half. And by going strong, I had a busy week, so I didn't do a lot of campaigning. Maybe I should do that this weekend. We'll see. But every dollar donated goes directly towards the Salem Main Street's nonprofit that helps support local businesses here in Salem, as well as uh, hosting and running community events that can bolster the community in all types of ways for free for people that live in this area. So they do a lot of work for the businesses and the people of this community. So great nonprofit. All the money goes towards them and helping them continue to do cool things. And if whoever has the most votes, which are, again, dollars per donation, will end up being crowned, or I guess not crowned, awarded the title of dog mayor of Salem. But if Navi wins, obviously be a cat mayor. So anyways, there's that. If you feel inclined, please support my baby girl in her quest for that role. What else we got? I think that's probably it for housekeeping. Oh, PTC Movie Club for this month obviously was supposed to be tonight, but again, scheduling conflicts have changed that. So we will do the episode for September sometime in the coming weeks, whenever we're able to realign with everyone here. But that is The Long Kiss Goodnight. Am I correct? Is that the name of the movie?
Yeah, Long Kiss Goodnight.
Long Kiss Goodnight. Okay. So make sure you watch that if you haven't yet. We will chat about that at some point in the future. Is my pick October?
I
don't know either. Let me pull up the list because I actually don't know off the top of my head. If it is mine, I definitely don't have that information in my head of what I want to pick. So that's not helpful to anyone anyway, but I am curious now at this point whose pick it is. Just so that we can get that out and about. Let's see. Mike was July. Dom, what did we watch in August? What was Dom's pick?
Friendship.
Thank you. September is Todd, Long Kiss Goodnight. And I am indeed October. You are November, and Dom is closing us out in December. So, I don't know. I will have a movie for you next week. I apologize. That is my fault. I did not think it was my turn to pick. I have a list of stuff, but I'm not going to make that pick off the cuff right now, so we'll just save that for next week. Apologies. Anyways, I'm sure, just based on the cadence of the year, but also how this month is shaping up, Halloween is on a Friday. So I guarantee you we are probably not recording that weekend, would be my guess, based on you and I and where we live, and based on the other two having families. So I would imagine that weekend is not going to work. So whatever the October movie is would probably be after, unless I end up picking a holiday movie, a Halloween movie, and maybe we try to do it the week before. But anyways, apologies for the chaos that is our release schedule this year and recording schedule. It has not been pleasant for us, and it has definitely not been pleasant for you if you wait for an episode every week. I'm sure some of you exist. Anyways, we got a great show for you tonight, sort of, I think. Mike's shaking his head. He's correct, probably. Before we talk about whatever we decide to talk about, I do want to say that I've gone down a terrible, terrible rabbit hole, Mike. I don't even know if you can call it a rabbit. I'm just in a hole at this point. And this is a hole that I shouldn't be in. Well, I guess both of my feet are in two different holes that are next to each other because they're kind of the same.
What kind of life are you living where you're just stepping in holes and getting stuck in them? Actually, never mind. I take that back. That is absolutely up your alley. Continue.
100%. That is my life. So it's two separate holes, but they're like real close together. There's like a very thin wall of dirt in between these holes, but I'm stuck in them. One is,
again, this is a great visual. I know it's a metaphor, but it's a great visual of you walking, putting your foot in one hole, going, oh shit, and then putting your other foot almost right next to the first foot, but getting into a different hole. Carry on.
That is me. I have gone down. I don't really watch a lot of like I don't follow really streamers or like Twitch or YouTube or anything like that. Like I don't really follow that side of things.
Right.
I have like general knowledge of larger people's like names, but even that's like the extent of like usually what I know about most people in the streaming space. I mean, there are people that we are friendly with or friends of the show that are streamers or whatever, and like, you know, we have that. But like as far as like if you were to ask me who do I like, who are the top 5 streamers, I don't think I could tell you. I mean, unless I'm sure Kai Cenat is probably one of them, but like I don't even
I
know
know his
that.
name.
Yeah. Anyways, that's not like my bag. That's not really where I spend my time. Not because I think it's bad or anything. It's just not what I do. I don't watch a lot of that type of content. But one of the few people that I will put on from time to time is Northern Lion, because I think Northern Lion is pretty entertaining. But I've gone down this, and you were here last weekend when I put it on one day, where it's just super cuts of his past streams of him playing Cine2Nerdle or Cine2Nerdle, whatever the fucking game is called. And I think it's entertaining, and I think he's very good and knowledgeable. So it's like fun to watch someone who is like knowledgeable about that type of stuff being able to quickly like fire off, patterns of, if you don't know what the game is, essentially it's like, I think there are a lot of other modes and stuff now too, but like the original mode, I think the original mode is battle mode. So you're playing against another random person, and the way it works is, there'll be a prompt. It'll start with a prompt for a movie. So let's just say it starts with Superbad. So then whoever's turn it is, you have to play a movie off. And this is not a new game, by the way. You have to play a movie off of that connects somehow, either through director, writer, composer, or an actor involved. So you can go tons of different ways. I mean, you could go off of, Michael Cera or what, you know what I mean? Like you could go off of a bunch of different avenues, and then whatever you play, that person then has to make a connection off of that, and it just keeps going in that string. There are other layers to that add more strategy and stuff. I don't need to explain how the whole game works, but essentially once you get to 3 uses on a connection, then you can no longer play something that connects with that same actor, director, writer, composer, whatever it may be. So your goal is to like try to trap people into either movies they're not familiar with, or actors they're not familiar with, or like, oh, I know like 3 movies this person's in, so if they end up trapping me here, I'm like screwed because I won't be able to get out of it, or whatever it may be. So he's very entertaining. He's very good at it, and has a wealth of knowledge seemingly on that. So it's been like an entertaining thing to watch, and there's seemingly no shortage of these very long videos of him streaming this. So I've been like enjoying doing that, which is a long way to say that's where one of my feet is currently in a hole. The other foot and that, like, I think is because Jen was like, why are you watching this so much? Like you don't even know these movies. I'm like, I know, it's not about that. It's like, it's entertaining to see that like he is very good at this. So it's like an entertaining thing to watch. So that has led me to think, well, maybe I should put my foot in that hole myself and play a little bit. So I've been playing, and I don't know what I expect because my knowledge on movies is not good, like at all. Right. So there are tons of ways to trap me. I am like very easily trapped in that game. But because I've been watching so many of his streams, I've started to just memorize. It's not even the knowledge. I've just started to memorize certain patterns. So I like have strings of plays that I can kind of pull out sometimes that work for me just based on watching his streams. And I'm like, maybe this is kind of a meta, but I'm just like either getting super lucky sometimes, or I'm like, oh, they played this person. Let me try to work it this way and then trap them here. And I'm able to do it. And there have been other times where like I have some knowledge. I'm not like a complete buffoon. So I've gotten lucky sometimes and I can pull it like really hyper focused into my wheelhouse. And in my head, I'm like, I wonder what this other person thinks of like the person they're playing against, very specific knowledge of like very weird things. And then they play like a regular normal movie, or play a movie
and you're lost.
Yeah, play a movie that's like an actor that I definitely know that person's name. I couldn't tell you a movie they're in, and like using all my lifelines and fumbling around, and they're probably like, what? Like I played Ferris Bueller's Day Off. How can this guy not get out of this? Like, what's going on? And I can't.
Right.
So, anyways,
Matthew Broderick hadn't even been played yet. He's like, you've got Matthew Broderick on the board. And you're just like, I'm out, man. I know
no,
what to do.
I think that might have been the first X, the first connection. So I was like, man, I got to think another one of his movies.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Nothing.
Nope. Nothing.
you know.
Nothing up here. Just fucking tumbleweeds rolling around.
That's fair. Listen, I get it.
Have you?
Wouldn't be me.
Because you play some of the other stuff on.
I play some of the other stuff. Because your boy here is afraid of conflict. He doesn't like doing like a one-on-one. Like, I don't want to lose against somebody. Let me just. Yeah. I'll play on my own. So I do the other Cine2Nerdle games, or Dom put me on this other game where even today I didn't finish playing it because, like you, I got into a bit of a rut. So basically, there's this other game called where is it? I have it on here. Movie Grid, where they give you a 3x3 grid, and like, oh, I think I might even played this game. Where were we? I feel like there was a day that I was sitting next to you.
We at the bar.
Yeah, and I pulled out my phone. I was like, oh, I need a movie that starts with the letter blank.
Yeah, and
with
I'm pretty
this
sure I didn't
actor
help you. I think Jen helped you.
Yeah. So basically, I'm playing that. So like, in this one today, there's the top row is Christian Bale, the second row is Naomi Watts, the third row is Sean Penn, and then the first column is title starts with some letter between I and P. The second column is a 2-word title, and the third column is released between 1995 and 2015. So like I'm playing that, but I'm stuck because I know off the top of my head one Naomi Watts movie, which actually fits in for all 3 rows or all 3 columns, but I can only play the movie once. So I'm like, I don't know. I feel like I should know more Naomi Watts movies, but I don't.
Listen,
same with Sean Penn. Like, I'm pitching Sean Penn. I'm like, why can't I put him in a film anymore?
Milk.
Milk is good. Oh, actually, Milk is right. The problem is for some reason in my head, I always get Sean Penn and Dustin Hoffman confused, even though they're not the same person. I don't even think they look the same, but for some reason I have them conflated. I'm going to use Milk for the between I and P, but I still need a 2-word title for him. I used I Am Sam for the last one, released between 1995 and 2015. And for Naomi Watts, I used Mulholland Drive, which is a weird pull for me because, like, I think I saw half of that movie once, but I know that she's in it.
Yeah. It definitely has made me, like, I don't remember the true genesis of us starting the movie club. Like, I don't know if it is actually, like, simply just based on I don't have movies in my repertoire, so, like, let's just make me watch movies. I don't know if that's, like, how it actually began. But if it wasn't the true genesis, it definitely is like a part of why I like it, because it does,
force you to broaden your horizons.
Yeah, it's not even that, like, because I feel like even that makes it sound like I'm choosing to not watch things. I guess, so it makes it seem like I'm choosing, like, to just watch specific movies. I just don't watch movies. Like, that's just not what I do. Like, I play games in my free time and for this, but, like, I don't really watch movies outside of fucking Marvel. So, like, that's kind of just how I've always been. Like, I watch just, like, nerd movies. Like, I would go to the movies to watch, like, or maybe it's just, like, blockbusters, because, like, in high school we went to, like, Pirates movies. Like, we would see shit like that.
Yeah.
And, like, comedies, I guess. But then it kind of just divulged into essentially just Marvel, and that's for a lot of different reasons. But I've enjoyed this process because it's made me watch a lot of things that I probably would never make an appointment to go watch. And I do think it has also just made me want to watch movies more. Still not like, a cinephile, but, like, I am watching more movies now and feeling inclined to watch more movies. But doing the Northern Lion watches, and why am I talking like this? Watching his videos and then playing it again myself, it is definitely a thing where I'm like, Man, and this is going off of the point of view saying like you feel like you should know more Naomi Watts movies or know more Sean Penn movies. It's like I really should just know like I don't know, like I should just know like 25% more general knowledge of what I don't know about movies and actors currently. Like it is like it because it gets so frustrating too because like I don't expect to get in there and win. Like I know that I kind of like the brain exercise of it is making my brain work a lot because there is some knowledge up there and some wiggles around I can like make connections. So I like that sort of pressure because it's like whatever 15, 20 seconds to do that. So it does feel good when I'm able to kind of squeeze through something. But yeah, man, I don't know. There's just tons of times where it's like I know that actor's name. I should at least know a movie that they are in, and
Yeah.
I can't. And like it some of it is like there's definitely knowledge up here. I just can't pull it out. But like for some reason lately, very very often Sigourney Weaver is like a connection that gets
Popping
made,
up.
and it's like an immediate like okay, I don't know, how do I get out of Alien without just playing another Alien movie and trapping myself in this world where I don't know anyone in any of these movies?
Okay.
Or like, cool, I'll play Ghostbuster, but like if you do anything other than like Bill Murray off that, I'm probably gonna also flounder because I can't do a second Sigourney probably unless I just trap myself in Alien or uh like I don't know. Like I would get nervous of even like trying to play off Dan Aykroyd. I would just try to guess around like okay, it has you know Dan Aykroyd in
You're
it.
gonna picture like some SNL like
Yeah,
alum
I'm
trying to
I'm
run for that.
I'm trying to pull myself out of it somehow because if you start playing Dan Aykroyd movies, I'm just fucked. Like, and I should probably
I mean,
know like a handful of Dan Aykroyd movies aside from
yeah.
like Blues Brothers. But even then, it's like if I play that, I'm then like I don't know who else is in that movie besides John Belushi. I don't
You're
think I.
actually opened up to because like that has a lot of cameos, and they might use like a weird cameo to connect you to some other film that you'd be way off base, and
Oh,
you're like stuck with that cameo.
and it's like anytime something like honestly, and this is like it sounds bad, but anytime it's like 90s or older, I'm like fucking scrambling like oh no, I'm fucked. And like I feel like I shouldn't feel that way in the 90s, but I do.
Yeah.
It's kind of wild. But
For what it's worth, besides Ghostbusters and Alien, you do have the out of. I don't know if she's in. How many of them are now? She was definitely in the first Avatar. I don't know if she's in the second Avatar.
okay, Avatar someone did play and I tried to so that's the thing. I mean except for
And if you get Avatar, you get Zoe Saldana, so then
yeah.
you're immediately home free.
Yeah. So
I'm not gonna count
well,
Sam Worthington because like, what are you gonna do with Sam Worthington? Honestly,
no, I mean Marvel gets tricky though because like even if I pull to Marvel, people can pull that out quickly and get away from it.
quick, yeah. There's a lot of
Uh,
like I don't want to call them legacy actors, but like there are actors who are brought into Marvel almost to elevate the film, which
yes.
means like if they play Jeff Bridges for you, you might be able to remember The Big Lebowski or something, but I don't know how much more you could do with Jeff Bridges. You
Yeah.
personally,
R.I.P.D.
that is true.
Yeah.
No,
See,
good.
I'll throw out a random movie like that. Like that will for some reason I've never seen that movie. Is it Ryan Reynolds and him?
It's Ryan Reynolds, him, and I want to say Kevin Bacon is the bad guy. Can I
Mhm.
just quickly say I
Go for
just
it.
assume just based off of you playing this game because you've been watching Northern Lion and like using like I don't want to say his strategies, but like the connections that he's made that you're basically playing movies that you also don't know anything about. You just know the actor and you know that they're in the movie and you're just like, let me throw it down there.
So what I try to do is if I have a genuine connection that I like know things, I try
Mhm.
to make the smartest play that will either A, not trap me, or B, okay, if it goes this way, can I successfully trap this person or at least make them use their lifelines? Um,
Yeah.
and then if I can't do if either of those options do not make themselves apparent like pretty immediately, then I start immediately trying to be like, okay, based on the year, the connection, and maybe the movie. Like the movie's like the third of that equation for me. Because
Yeah.
if I don't know the movie, I'm just like it's not helpful for me to even try to go that route. I just try to immediately go, okay, is this a person that would, for any reason, be in blockbuster franchise? So like Marvel, Star Wars, something like that. Or if it's not already just like a comedic focused actor, are they someone that would find themselves in either a cameo or like a breakout like comedy role or something like that, and try to just immediately pull around that? And sometimes it's successful, but it really is like, I'll say it, but it's probably not true. I'll give late 90s, but it's really like 2000s on, where like if it's an older movie than that, it's tough to be like, oh, is Sigourney Weaver going to show up in like a Paul Rudd movie or a Judd Apatow movie? Like, you know what I mean? Like, but there are some actors that like maybe they're not normally doing that stuff, but I can kind of get lucky based on a cameo for just some ensemble comedy.
So you're the guy that's going to be, okay, we played 2 Al Pacino movies. Let me throw in Jack and Jill.
A lot. I do it a lot. Honestly, I'm going to embarrass myself more. When someone plays an Al Pacino movie, I won't play Scarface because that scares me into not knowing any more of that. I will immediately play Jack and Jill to just try to get it away from fucking Al Pacino or gangster movies or whatever. Because like if they play literally any other Al Pacino movie, I'm like, nope, I don't know. I will guess like The Godfather or like other things like that and try to get lucky. But even then, if it hits something, it's usually another thing I can't go anywhere with. So I don't know. It's a fun game. I'm enjoying playing the game, even though I'm playing the game 50 to 75% incorrectly. Like I'm playing a game I shouldn't be playing.
Yeah. I mean, it is fun. Are you going to stream yourself playing it now?
No, because that's like, I talk about how much I don't know. That's like real. I don't need
putting your ass out there. Letting people know is like.
Like
trying to think of like a good movie that they would play. It's like just like a big film that you'd be like, I don't know. I don't know what's going on here.
It's, you know what? Some night I will stream it just in Discord to like you and whoever, and you can all see how bad it is.
I mean, we definitely did that in the past, but that was a long time ago.
Yeah, but even then, that was more of like we were kind of just like,
I think we're playing against each other anyway.
So it initially, I forget how we initially found the game. I don't know if we found the game initially from him streaming it then.
I think we did.
But we would play it sometimes after the podcast in here and just be like shouting out answers, and like I would type it in and we would just be like playing that way. But then it got to the point where I think you and Dom were playing a lot against each other because I would bring nothing to that table. I don't know if Todd ever jumped in. Todd is probably very good at the game, or could be very good at the game.
He could be. I think what happened was, at least when we were playing, where it was you playing, you were streaming to us, and we were giving you the answers. Todd would have answers, but I think he either took too long to actually say the answer, or we were in a position where like we would say a bunch of different answers that were all correct, but you would not know which one to actually type in, so you would just
because there's definitely like there is a meta and there are definitely strategies. Like I would say that there are baseline strategies that you, if you're playing this, like should be trying to like kind of adhere to. I don't know if there's like a few different like I'm trying to think of like another common term applied like in another game or sport or something, but there's like, I guess sport would be the easy one. Like, there's in basketball, there's like different types of defenses that are kind of just like you're playing one of these different defenses. So I don't know if there's like you can play like baseline XYZ, but I think at the bare minimum it's like you should be trying like, and some of this I gleaned off of like how Northern Lion plays, which is like you should avoid ever playing the second X if you can. You should only play 1X, 3X, because 1X, obviously you can't get trapped if they play something hard. 3X, you're good unless you played something hard and they still have a skip.
Yeah.
So it's like you want to get them to burn their lifelines, try not to play 2Xs to open them up to trap you, unless you feel super confident. If it's like,
Yeah.
I feel pretty good about this actor on a
So like
2X
if that's
scenario.
the one connection and they like play something, it's like boo 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 boo, and oh cool, you played this movie.
I
I
know
know
it
this
all.
actor.
Yeah.
I know a lot of the people in this movie. I can get out of the
Yeah.
season.
So there's definitely like baseline strategies, but I do think like the top thing is like you obviously should only play your lifelines if you are going to lose the game. I think that's like a
Mhm.
good baseline. And then the other good baseline is trying to just avoid playing the 2X. I think that's like because
Yeah.
that's how I play it now. And granted, I have limited knowledge, but I could see if I was like a much more robust movie knowledge person, playing that way would be fantastic because it allows you to jump things around as you please, but it also allows you to always have I don't want to say the advantage might be too strong. It might just be the ball is in your court because you're not worried about getting trapped unless they play
Mhm.
something that you just don't know on a 1X or 2X, um, which is obviously possible too. But yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. We just talked about this for the
Mhm.
duration of what we have tonight for time because we're a little cramped
Perfect.
on time.
I just want to throw this out here real quick. I feel like this would be a good strategy for you. I mean, for anybody, but I feel like this might work better for you. Um, and I don't know if this actually works. We kind of discussed this. We didn't really discuss it. You guys were saying text messages last night while I was trying to go to sleep, but I looked at them and you guys are talking about like your little strategies for like how to get out of how to get out of like holes or whatever. I think you should probably learn the voice actors for Ghibli films for English
Ooh,
dubs
that would be
because
pretty
those
good.
typically
Yeah.
have like pretty well-known people. So like if you pick, I'm gonna say Boy in the Heron just because like we watched that one recently. You're like, okay, I'll use this one from like my 3X from Robert Pattinson. People are like, what do I do with that? But you would know, oh yeah, Dave Bautista's in there. I think
Yeah.
Willem Dafoe's in it.
No,
Actually, was Willem Dafoe in it?
I think he was, but that's actually
Christian Bale might have been there.
if like that is actually a good strategy because there are definitely people, or maybe not strategy, or I guess strategy too, but like basically, if you're trying to get good at the game, I think that's like one of the things to do is to like have obviously like the bigger your just general knowledge is about this stuff, the better you're gonna be, as long as you're like able to type and think and process information under pressure in a quick time. Like if your general knowledge is there, you're going to be good as long as you're not like just trapping yourself by playing poorly without like basic strategy. But I think what you're bringing up here is a good like thing to have is like different sort of plays. Like that would be I would call that like a play. That's like
Yeah.
you're trying to get them to that because you think why the net of people that would have that information and have that like easy to process quickly is going to be smaller, and it's a good like that's like a pretty solid trap. That's a pretty solid network of traps to have if you have like
Yeah.
multiple Ghibli films at the ready to do that. I mean, the easy way out is
You might be able to get away because Miyazaki might be like a connecting factor between. So if like
yeah,
he directed that one, if you type in another one, you'll just get out of it with that.
yeah. I mean, the other thing too is like, uh, it's obviously still a gambit because you play into that whole. Say you're playing off of like I don't know Dakota Fanning's in one of those movies. I'm pretty sure as a voice.
Mhm.
So you're playing off of that, and you get to like the third Dakota Fanning, and you play whatever it is, Howl's Moving Castle or whatever movie she's in. Um, you know, it, if you're playing that way, the other person is, if they're trying to get out of the hole, I would imagine would just try to guess other animated films to just try to like pick off someone that might have voice acting credits that is also on-screen actor. I think the benefit to your strategy there though is that I do think that I mean actually well I don't know, and this is why I do use catch-all. I try to use animated movies as a little bit of a catch-all now too, like using Endgame as a last resort or movies like that, because
Yeah.
I feel like the Ghibli films, for the most part, a lot of the American voice cast, it's like it is in some cases like
They're
prestige act. Like
they're
it's like
yeah.
actors like that have a vast catalog of roles. But I feel like also that is kind of how a lot of animated films are now. Like you look at the Mario movie, like you look at these
Yeah.
things, like they do have like you know
Big name actors. They're not just
attached to them.
getting regular
Yeah.
VAs or getting
Or
regular
like
actors.
like
Just have
they're
to do
still
this.
comedians and stuff, but like sometimes I feel like back in the day it was like more a little more comedians or maybe just like cameo type roles and not like hey Steve Carell is now like the voice of a 5 movie franchise or whatever
Mhm.
stuff like that. That's a good strategy though. I might have to brush up on that, but yeah, I don't know. We talked about Cine2Nerdle for 35 minutes and we're running out of time, so I guess this episode is
Great.
about Cine2Nerdle.
Hmm.
It's good. I don't know. If anything, it's going to make me brush up on movie knowledge and just have more general movie knowledge in my head, which I think is not a bad thing to stuff into my brain. Why not?
Is there a Sunny Tune? I don't even know how that would work for video games. I don't even care. Doesn't
So
matter.
it's funny that you said that because I was thinking about that. I was like, oh man, if there's a video game version of this, I would be so good at it. And then immediately, like, never mind. They're like, it wouldn't work the same. I don't know how it would work.
Okay, they played Super Mario Brothers. What am I gonna play? Super Mario Strikers. Oh, I'm gonna get them trapped. I'm gonna get them trapped. Oh, they played fucking Super Mario 64. How do I get out of that? I'll use Bowser, and I'll
Mm-hmm,
go. I
mm-hmm,
don't
mm-hmm.
fucking know.
And then your end game catch all there is Fortnite. It's like, oh, I'll just type in Fortnite because it's
Oh,
got
I was gonna say Smash Brothers, but I guess I'm still stuck in like the Nintendo. I'm stuck in the Nintendo bubble. I'm not
yeah,
thinking outside
yeah,
the box.
exactly. Smash is a good one, but Fortnite gives you the branch out. Like maybe Nintendo's like a hole for you. Maybe like it's a
Mhm.
blind spot. So trying to get out of there, you drop that Fortnite, but it's actually not going to help you with Nintendo. So that'd just be like that might be like a armored fucking wall around Nintendo. You do got to get to Smash and then pull out that way.
No, my strategy is I'm going to before the game starts, I ban Fortnite and I ban Smash.
Ooh, that's pretty crazy. All right,
Yeah, I know.
we're gonna have to go. We're gonna have to go Sonic,
Sonic
Crossworlds.
Crossworlds, yeah.
You're gonna have to go Minecraft. Minecraft that pulls you out. You get a lot of collabs in Minecraft.
Hmm.
What else? What else? What else? I mean, you can get like smaller versions with maybe luck if your knowledge is there. You could get like Marvel vs. Capcom, but that's a lot smaller of a net.
Something
Um,
more than that, but
you got cameo stuff in things like again way smaller, but like Tekken, Street Fighter, Modern Street Fighter like
Mm.
has a little bit of guest character stuff. So like you have some avenues, but yeah, you're really dependent on how, how many more crossover games exist to jump in and out.
Yeah, tricky. Anyway, that was a terrible idea for a game.
Yeah, it would need to be framed a different way, I think, for it to work. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's still a great game. I feel like a lot of people don't know about that game though, because I was thinking about it more. I'm like, Todd sort of forgot about this game. I kind of sort of forgot about it too. But I feel like it's a game that would probably appeal to a lot of people that wouldn't find themselves in a place to discover the game. Like I meant to actually look. Does the game have like an app, like a mobile app or something? Because I feel like it would. I mean, I know you can
I
play it on your phone
I
with
don't
the
know if it has an.
browser,
Yeah, I don't think there's an app. I don't know.
but I
That's a good point because like I always open up like I just have
the tab
those
open.
pages
Yeah,
open, yeah, tabs open on my computer, on my
but
phone rather.
that's like for discoverability reasons. Like, how would someone like Jen, who would is good at the game, ever find that?
Let me see. I mean, I feel like if there's an app, it probably exists on the iPhone.
Is it called Cine2Nerdle? Is that what like it is called?
Yeah.
Let me see if anything
Okay, so they
pops up.
have regular Nerdle, and I've got Letterbox, which is installed on my phone, but I do not see an app.
There's nothing for Cine2Nerdle. Is Nerdle just a thing on its own?
Actually,
I
I didn't
mean,
even think about that.
there is
I looked at it and immediately, like in my head, I filled it up with Wordle because that's where it came from.
there is a app on here. I mean, I don't know if this is the only one or whatever, but there's an app called Nerdle that is the daily numbers game.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is tied to anything to do with
No, I
Cine2Nerdle
think
though.
it's in the same way that remember, did you used to play Hurdle? I used to love Hurdle.
That was the music one, right?
Yeah.
Does that game still exist? I liked that one a lot too.
No, because they got bought by Spotify and then eventually closed it. But I think that they were all made in the wake of Wordle.
You know, it's funny that you said that because there used to be a lot of, maybe not a lot, there were at least a couple games on iPod that were like music games. I'm sure your Zune had something like that. They were like games
My
that
Zune.
used your music library.
Oh no, I don't think they ever did that. I used to
iPod
play Sudoku on my Zune, but no,
iPod,
I don't
I
think.
at least had one game on my iPod that used, unless I'm just fucking really not remembering this correctly. Pretty
I
sure it
believe it
used,
exists, but I think that's cool that
yeah. I
it would
wonder
be
if
there.
other games exist on mobile like that. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that it just used my iPod music library to play, whatever fucking games are on there. And it was a different time then. We didn't have smartphones yet, right?
No, we
iPod,
didn't.
yeah,
Yeah,
iPods predate all that. So
yeah. iPod was 01, 02, maybe.
yeah, I don't remember. I don't know when I got my first iPod. I had a Walkman forever, but then I eventually got a very an MP3 player that definitely predated. Is
Yeah, I
iPod before Zune or Zune first?
iPod before Zune.
Okay.
So let me hold on. iPhone came out in 07. iPod might have been 04, 05. We had them in high school. MP3 players existed before then.
Yeah, because I don't know what brand it was. I had an MP3 player that was like, I don't know, a little bit thicker than like a double A battery and like maybe the size of like two. So it was, yeah, it was like a
Yeah.
small size like that. And I want to say I don't know what the gigabyte space was. Maybe it
Mhm.
wasn't even gigabytes, but I
My
feel like I
megabytes,
could
yeah.
only put like 15 songs on it.
Oh, I think I had like a Zen disk. It was essentially the size of a thumb drive, and we just plug it into your computer, drag music onto it,
Yeah,
and then pop it out.
maybe that's what mine was too then, or maybe that's how mine worked because I could definitely just USB it somehow into my
Yeah.
computer and just drag music onto it. But I want to say I could only fit like 15 or 20 songs. Like I don't think it held that much music. So it was like
Yeah.
essentially just like having a Walkman. It was like you have
Yeah.
one
It was
CD
basically
here.
like I got one CD.
Uh, I fucking ran it up. Different times, weird
Oh,
times.
simpler times. I loved it.
I was much better. I mean, I can do some stuff now, but I was much better with a PC back in the day because that was all I knew. And I fucked around a lot
Yeah.
more with PC stuff.
And now it's all fucking MacBooks and your
No,
iOS.
I actually don't use my MacBook really that much at all anymore. I primarily on my PC, but I still don't do a lot on here. Like I'm very still, I mess around and like try to teach myself how to use certain things like Adobe and DaVinci and a few other things, but I'm still like I would consider myself uh good at learning and quick learning, but like I don't have knowledge on stuff. That I feel like I don't know. Apple might have fucking stifled a little bit. Like I feel like I probably would have been in a much different space with how I am with computers if I didn't convert to Mac.
Yeah, maybe that's a whole other
Yeah.
conversation.
I feel like we did just go down like rifled through 5 different tangents that could have been whole other discussions that we're not going to have right
Yeah.
now. So yeah, I don't know. Cine2Nerdle is still popping off. Seems like there's a lot more features now and different types of game modes in that suite of things. So I don't know if you like movie stuff, I would say check it out if you don't know anything about it. You just Google Cine2Nerdle. I don't know what the actual web address is. I don't know if it's like a dot. It might be a dot something
Uh,
else, not dot
it's
com.
dot app.
Okay, dot
It's
app.
dot app.
So just look it up and you can play as a guest. You don't have to make an account, but if you want to like keep track of your stats and stuff, you can make an account.
I probably should make an account.
I did, and I don't know why I want to see my record. Like I didn't make it to have a like visible record, but now I have like a visible record where if you are just a guest, every time like you're done playing and the app the page reloads itself at some point, like you
Mhm.
are back at zero because you're just like it's a new guest account. Um yeah, mine's probably bad. Anyways, that was whatever this episode was tonight. I apologize if it was not what you were hoping for or expecting, but that is what you got. And sometimes you just gotta get what's given to you, I guess, or I don't know, turn off the podcast. I'm sorry. That also means no game tonight because it's just Mike and I. So I'm sorry we're just breaking your heart over and over again. But we appreciate you. We will be back next week with hopefully just more regular programming. I don't want to speak ahead and say that it will be the movie episode next week, just in case we have another hiccup with scheduling. I'm trying to. This is dangerous. I know
Mhm.
Todd had told me at some point what weeks were going to be tough for him, and I can't remember if it was last week and this week or if it
This
is
week and next
also
week.
yeah. So like I don't actually know, and it is his movie pick, so like it at least needs to be you, me, and him if we can't make
Yeah.
all four of us work. Um, so I won't just say it's going to be the movie episode next week. It might be the movie episode next week. If not, we still have other things to talk about next week. I'm sure we can chat about State of Play and a few other things and whatever other things we've been playing. I'm playing something right now that I can't talk about yet, but I can talk about it next week. I obviously won't talk about it next week if it's the movie week. Oh, fuck, Mike, I'm an idiot. I am not going to be here next week. We can't do the movie next week.
I knew there was a reason why you had said that we weren't going to do it next week, and I just forgot what it was.
Yeah.
Yes,
So,
I
no,
think I knew that you weren't going to be here.
the movie is going to be who knows when. I apologize. But also next week, shit, next week might have to be a me and you again. Because
Dude, this
I'm gonna
podcast
I'm
sucks.
gonna be gone from Wednesday to Sunday. I shouldn't have said that here.
Yeah, what's done is done.
Um. Anyways, all right. Well, we appreciate you. All the ways to find us, follow us. Just go to passthecontroller.io. You can get linked out to everything we do, and you know, leave us a 5-star review wherever you listen to the show. Listen to that song wherever you listen to music, and I don't know. We appreciate you. We'll see you next time.